Okay, so today we're gonna dive into something pretty fascinating.
Yeah, we are.
It's this whole idea of deliberate creation,
That's right.
like how we actually shape our own lives,
Yes, you got it.
and we're basing this deep dive on chapter 6 from Ask, and it is given
Good one.
by Ester and Jerry Hicks, and it's on the Reality Remastered podcast. So,
Yeah.
I'm excited to like break this down
Yeah, it's a good chapter.
because I think, a lot of times we feel like
Absolutely.
we're kind of, just reacting to stuff.
Yeah, victims of circumstance.
Life throws us a curveball and we're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But this idea suggests that like we actually have way more control
Right, much more agency than we realize.
than we realize. Yeah, so
sure.
how do we make that shift, from just kind of being along for the ride
Well,
to...
Okay, so think of it like this.
Okay,
It's about being the architect of your experience.
okay.
Instead of just sort of living by default, you become the deliberate creator.
I like that.
Right, and so what they talk about in chapter 6 is that you got to get really clear on what you want.
Okay, specific.
Specifics, yeah. What is it that you're actually aiming for?
Right, because if you're just like, oh, I want to be happy,
Exactly right.
that's pretty vague.
It's way too broad. You
Yeah.
got to define it,
Yeah.
Get really clear.
Okay, so first step, clarity.
Crystal clear vision.
Yeah, crystal clear vision. Okay.
And then
Yes.
once you have that picture in mind,
Right.
it's all about focusing your thoughts on the positive aspects of that desire.
Okay.
So instead of dwelling on, what's missing or what could go wrong,
Right.
you intentionally choose to focus on the good that will come from achieving that goal.
Okay. It's like you're training your brain.
To see the good stuff.
Yeah, like you're tuning your mind to the frequency of what you want.
Yeah, like tuning a radio.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. But then, there's also this emotional component.
Our emotions are huge.
Because it's not just enough to think it.
Exactly. Feelings are key.
You got to feel it too, right?
Yes, feel it as if you already have it.
So this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Because you're saying it's not just about like, oh, I'll be happy when I get that thing.
Yeah.
It's like you have to actually embody that happiness now
That's the secret sauce.
in order to attract it.
Precisely, your emotions are like a magnet.
Wow.
When you feel good, you're vibrating at a higher frequency,
Okay.
which aligns you with the positive outcome you desire.
So it's like if you feel the joy
Yeah.
of achieving your goal,
Yeah,
even before you've achieved it,
right.
that actually helps bring it closer.
Exactly.
Okay, so to recap, deliberate creation is about, having that clear vision,
Right.
focusing on the positive, and then really like stepping into the feeling
Activating the
of
emotions.
what you want, right?
That's the magic.
It's pretty powerful stuff.
It is. Yeah.
So I'd like to put this out to you listening right now.
Okay.
What are you deliberately trying to create in your own life?
Think about it.
Yeah, what are your big goals? What are you hoping to achieve?
What are those aspirations you're working towards?
And if this whole concept of deliberate creation resonated with you,
Right.
maybe share this with someone who might find it helpful.
In the next episode, we'll discuss Chapter 7. You are standing on the leading edge of thought, which explores how we are constantly evolving beings.
See you next time.